Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all about Arsenal versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for the first leg of the EFL Cup semi-final. Obviously, yesterday, City beat Newcastle quite comfortably at Newcastle. They got their home leg to go. And it was the same for us. We had to go away to Stamford Bridge in the first leg, and it was a bit of a tough game. We've got a very, very good record against Chelsea of late over the last. I don't think they've beaten us for about 4 years now. I think, give or take. But at Stamford Bridge, they kind of get points of us here and there. They got that massive point off us a couple of weeks ago. They're still celebrating that. So it's a bit of a tough place to go, but I was expecting a fully strength lineup in this game because obviously we heavily rotated against Portsmouth. We had a load of players out, so there was no excuse really. David Raya did not play for some reason. Keber played. I think he did relatively well considering, but apart from that, I think it was probably our best 11, and it was a really good first half, in my opinion. We dominated that first half. Over the last couple of games, we've had really, really good first halves and quite poor second halves, and it was like that for this game. Going up 1-0 into the break was brilliant. Ben White again, corner in the 7th minute. Set piece FC again, it's awesome. Couldn't have been more exquisite. In control. We should have been 2 or 3 up at half time, if I'm being brutally honest. Gave them way too much respect, especially in that second half. And then obviously Gyökeres goes and gets the second goal, which was brilliant. And then obviously Zubimendi scores an absolute banger for the third goal. We just let Garnacho score 2 goals for some reason. Obviously he came off the bench. I made a joke in my group chat like, "Oh no, Garnacho's coming on, LOL." And then obviously he goes and scores twice. I feel like we just didn't mark him at all the whole entire game. It was weird. It was almost as if Arteta's gone, "Lads, it's only Garnacho." Garnacho's not a great player in my opinion. He's supremely average. Has one good game every once in a while, and everyone thinks he's amazing. He's going to be riding off these 2 goals now for the rest of the season. It's a bit embarrassing conceding 2 goals from him, but still, I think the scoreline's heavily misleading. We absolutely bossed them at their place. If I'm being brutally honest, this should have been 3-1, 3-0, 4-0 in fact. Quite embarrassing really, but it is what it is. We still got the win, we still got 1 goal cushion, which is good, but not enough really. I was hoping, get a 3 or 4-0 win and then go to the home leg and maybe even rotate, a little bit. We've got a heck of a lot of games in the next couple of months. And it would have been nice to have a little bit of a not stressful game in the home leg, but it is what it is. I'm not stressing too much about it. I'm actually quite upbeat. We won the game, which is good. We always want to get that psychological edge going into the home leg of the second leg as well, which is crucial. We're extremely strong at home, and yeah, I'll always back us to beat anybody at home. So yeah, it's just it could have been a 2-goal, 3-goal cushion, but it is what it is. People are going to overblow it. They're going to overblow Chelsea's chances in this tie. I think as soon as the 3rd goal went in, I was like, let's tie over really. Maybe that's preemptive and presumptive, but Chelsea, I don't think they troubled us too much. I mean, obviously, they scored 2 goals, but I think Kepa was at fault for the first goal. He should never get beat at his near post like that. The second goal, it is what it is. It came in from a corner, it was nodded out, and it is what it is. But I'm assuming David Ray will play in the next round, depending on what happens between now and then. But yeah, like I said, it was a strong showing for us. Dominated them, like I said. Zubimendi was brilliant. I think Declan Rice was brilliant. Odegaard had a little bit of an iffy game in my opinion. Kepa, he let 2 goals in, but I think he still had a decent game. Had to make 4 saves in the end, so I think our defence was right. Although we can't be just completely leaving Garnacho. It's only Garnacho, true, but we shouldn't be letting him just completely unmarked twice. Defensive lapse, quite rare defensive lapses as well. That's something to work on. But yeah, overall 3-2 win, not too bad. Obviously we've got the home leg as well, like I said, so I'm looking forward to that. We've got Forest coming up next, and then we've got the Champions League next week. You know, a massive game away at Milan, for Inter Milan, should I say? Um, and yeah, it's just thinking fast now. It's 2 games a week now, probably I think till the end of the season, provided we stay in all these competitions. So yeah, like I said, it's a disappointing second half. We've been slipping up in second halves of late. We've been dominating games in the first half, and then half time comes, and then we're just sloppy the whole second half. We let them have way more of the ball than they should have done. They obviously had to attack us. They had to get a goal or two in this game because we were dominating them so hard, and we just couldn't deal with it very well, which is weird. I don't know whether it's just we're missing Calafiori and Timber was out on the left, and Ben White. I thought Ben White had an amazing game, got a goal, the first goal, which was awesome, and he did really well. He did a couple of really good passes as well. I think Ben White had an amazing game. It was nice to see Kai Havertz and Marino and all of our subs come off the bench, which is great. Martinelli as well, I thought had a half decent game, should have got a goal, or should assist, should I say. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm actually quite happy about it, to be honest with you. We've got the win, we've got the psychological edge going. Apart from Garnacho's 2 sloppy defensive goals, I don't think Chelsea troubled us as hardly at all, to be honest with you. And I think Sanchez is quite a funny goalkeeper in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this game, to be honest with you. It was a pretty entertaining game, probably was entertaining for neutrals. But yeah, we got the win, which is the most important thing. We go into the second leg now. And like I said, from the very beginning of this season, the EFL Cup is a cup that we should be going all out for. It's a cup that we should win, or should at least be challenging for. And yeah, like I said, we need to get this second leg out of the way, get into the final, where we're probably going to be facing Man City. And then, cup finals, Man City are gettable this season. Who knows what we could do? And then if we can get over the line, get a trophy, in mid-season, it might just give us the impetus to go back go back into the Champions League and push a bit harder in the Premier League, get that winning mentality back in the team. But we got to get to the final, man. We got to the semi-final last season. We need to get to the final at least, and then go from there. But let me know what you think about this game. I really like the fact that Gyökeres scored much needed goal. I think he's got 4 goals now this season. Zubimendi brilliant, and obviously Ben White doing brilliantly as well. Considering that Lewis Skelly at left back last game was a bit iffy, slotting Ben White in so that in right back so that Timber can go on left back was brilliant, much needed. And I thought Ben White had an amazing game. Let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think we could do in this tournament. Do you think we can go home and win it? Do you think we can win against Man City and go to the final and win the trophy? That'd be really awesome. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. A bit of a short video, but not much to talk about. I mean, obviously the goals were brilliant, and I think we dominated the game. We deserved to win the game. Should have won by more. It's disappointing to concede, but overall, I'm buzzing, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy with the result. It's going into the Forest game now, try and get a result there, get back to winning ways in the Premier League, and then go to the Champions League and try and get a decent win over there in Milan so that, we can keep our top spot. But anyway guys, I really do appreciate you watching this video. It's really awesome for you guys. And like and subscribe if you haven't done already. I really do appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll probably be back on Monday for the Forest game review. So we'll talk about that then. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week because I'm gonna. My team's winning at the moment, which is great. And yeah, just got 1 foot in the final now, which is awesome. And then hopefully we can go all the way this year. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.